Billboard Philippines Volumes.
On this episode of Billboard Philippines Volumes, we got Griff joining us on the show. She breaks down how she started on her music journey and lets us in on her pre-show rituals. Let's turn up the volume on Griff.
Billboard Philippines Volumes.
Well, hello everyone. Welcome to another episode of Billboard Philippines Volumes, where we turn up the volume on your favorite artist stories. And today, well, this is a very special day because we are with international, superstar, singer, songwriter, producer. She's opened for some of the biggest acts in the world. We're here with Griff.
Hi.
Come on, give it up, people in the back.
Thanks,
Crew,
guys.
please. Thank you. But anyway,
Thanks. Cheers, guys.
I heard that we graduated from the same university.
Okay, I see where you're going.
This is it. Okay. YouTube University.
YouTube University.
And the reason why I'm talking about this is because I love producing, I love production, and just knowing that you love production as well. I'd like to talk about that today.
Yeah.
What got you into it? What made you take your brother's laptop and be like, okay, hold up, I'm about to produce some hits right now?
I don't know. Honestly, as a kid, you just have a lot of time. And I don't know,
Very
I grew up
true.
in a house, we weren't really allowed to watch TV in the weekdays. I was in the suburbs, so like there wasn't a lot going on. There's just like sheep and fields. And I was the only girl, so like there's only so much you can play with your older brothers. So like there just wasn't a lot to do. So I guess I enjoyed making things and I enjoyed the idea of making songs. So I just started learning how to produce as like more of a hobby, you know?
Do you think like growing up, just seeing these fields, not having a lot around, spending a lot of time maybe with yourself, is that one of the reasons why you write the way you do, or what kind of made you start writing like the way that you do?
Yeah, I think that there's a lot to do with it. I think I got very maybe used to my own company, partly by choice and partly because of just like circumstance. I think there was a lot about my childhood that I felt very like on the outside a little bit, and so songwriting was very much a safe place that I could like just kind of disappear for a moment, as long as I was like at a piano singing, writing. So yeah.
That's very true, because I mean, to learn how to play an instrument, to do songwriting, to learn producing, this is like 10,000 hours in each one of these different parts or different fields to really
suppose, yeah.
start to create magic. And what's I find so interesting about your career is that your songwriting and your music has resonated not just with so many people listening to your music, but so many artists.
Oh.
Because you've written for so many artists as well. And some of the reasons why people discovered you also is because some of these bigger artists heard your music and was like, it hit them in a certain way. How does it feel to be 23 years old now and have written these songs and have them resonate with such grand appeal?
It doesn't feel that way. I mean, I like hearing you describe it. It sounds really nice. But I think you know what it's like when you're in something creative. You always feel you're like your own biggest like critique. Is that the
Very
word?
true.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I think like, and I also feel very much at the beginning of my career. So like I've only just released my first album, so it feels like I'm like still in like the early baby steps of my career, really. So it doesn't feel like I've covered that much ground. I don't know, it's weird. I think also because I've spent the last couple of years with like really big artists on tour, I'm so aware of like how big it can get and how long that road potentially is to ever see a fraction of what they have, if that makes sense. So I think it's very humbling being on tour with big artists, I guess.
Can you take us through, I guess, the first album? Like, what was the writing process like? How did this work come together?
Well, I mean, kind of, I guess post-pandemic, I was very lucky enough to go on the road for basically 2 years straight with amazing artists. And like, obviously I couldn't say no to, but it just meant that I wasn't writing in the same way that I was used to. So it'd basically be like, I'd be on, for example, I'd be on the road with Dua for like 3 months, and then I'd have like 2 weeks off, and then I'd be going on a different tour. So along the past couple of years, in that time off, I'd book an Airbnb, drive there with all my equipment, convert a living room or a kitchen into a studio. And over the years, that's how I collected all these songs. And I was kind of, yeah, I've been in the detail, like producing these songs up and rewriting them and recutting vocals for the last couple of years. And yeah, I'm really proud of these songs. I feel
Just
like,
turning these spaces into studios, bedroom producing on the road, and
yeah,
and any
basically,
space that you can
basically
find.
taking bedroom production to
A
an
whole new
extreme
level.
level. Yeah,
Yes.
basically, yeah.
Is this how you always want to produce? Are you seeing that maybe in the future you want to like change direction and how you produce, or is this where you feel at home?
I don't know. It's where I feel at home right now, but I think you never know. It's a fun thing with creativity. You never know what works for you always changes. But all I know is that like for this season, I felt the pressure so much and there was so much noise that I had to shut out, that this was like the most effective way I could like physically and drastically remove myself from the world in a way. But maybe it won't always be like that. I don't know. But I think because I've grown up making beats like in my parents' front room, it's like I think what I was really trying to do is recreate that state of mind in a way, like recreate 15-year-old me's like natural creative state of mind. That was kind of maybe subconsciously what I was doing. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now you've been on tour, of course, with so many big artists. Now you're on your own tour.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about this? Are there some rituals that you do before shows? What are some of the stops that you've enjoyed most?
Oh, I mean, I'm literally just at the beginning of it. So I'm about to spend the rest of the year touring, which is insane. Like,
Yes.
we're in Asia now, which is very surreal. First time in the Philippines. And then I'm going to do America and then Europe. So, I mean, funny rituals, I don't really know. I don't think I do anything that crazy. It's like, it's not very glamorous, life on the road.
Tell
I'll
us
tell you
the
that.
truth.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like, it's very not glamorous. It's like, I mean, like, for example, touring America and Europe is going to like, I'll be on a bus, I'll be on a bunk that looks like a shelf or like a coffin. Like that's like where I sleep for the next, few months. Yeah, I don't know. You just try and stay sane in weird ways, like just finding a good coffee shop or something, or going for a walk, or because being on the road, your world is very distorted. It's like a big fever dream.
That's true.
But no, I'm really excited. Yeah.
What is coming next for you? You have the tour, you put out the album. I heard that you're putting out a new song as well.
Yeah. So what is next for me? So I have a song with an amazing artist called Christopher coming soon. I don't know when this is coming out. It might already be out by now. And yeah, sorry, I don't know what tenses we're in. And then I don't really know. I'm kind of like, I'm just really focusing on tour. I really am like in the middle of like designing the tour, making it look and feel incredible. And I really want, I don't know, it's almost like you spend so long writing these songs that you want to do them justice live, right?
That's
So
true.
that's definitely like my tunnel vision right now. And we'll see like when next I start writing. I don't know.
What are some of the highlights of your show right now?
Ooh,
What songs do you feel most passionate about?
it's really hard. Like I just like performing whatever songs the audience likes hearing. So
Okay.
like it might surprise me. Like if the audience really pops off on a song, then that will be my favorite song of the night, if that makes
Yes.
sense. I'm such a people pleaser like that. I'm just like, enjoy the songs and I'll enjoy it too. I think a song called Tears for Fun has been really cool to play because that's like a newer one. Astronaut is always a
Oh,
really
of course.
sad moment. Astronaut's the moment where I look out into the audience and I'm like, damn, why? Since when were we all this sad? Like, it makes me very concerned for everyone's well-being because we're all basically crying to that song together. And Vertigo, I love singing that song. Yeah.
Of course.
Thank you. Yeah.
What was it like having that duet with Chris Martin?
Oh yeah, that was a crazy experience. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Again, a fever dream is how I like to describe it because I never thought he would be that kind and generous with his time. And yeah, him agreeing to play piano on the song is just unreal. Yeah. Being in the studio next to him is very, very cool.
Are there any artists that you are wanting to work with, collaborate with, make music with?
It's funny, I don't really like, is that... Sorry, I'm actually pausing for thought because I feel like all of the artists that I've been very lucky enough to like breathe the same air as, I didn't plan it, or I wasn't like focused on it. So I've never had a list really of people. So I feel like I'm just gonna keep not having a list and see what happens and what comes, Yeah.
You've been saying that you want to have a long career and you've seen how far it can go. You want to keep creating albums. Now that you're on tour and you finished the album and you've been playing these songs, is there a new album or new music in the works? Do you have a direction that you want to go in the future?
There's nothing in the works right now, to be totally honest. I'm sure I'm supposed to be really mysterious and be like, oh, I'm working on something huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I have no idea what's next. I think, yeah, I don't know. I'm confident that whatever I do next will be better, you know, and I'll be like more experienced and matured and like, so I'm excited to write again. But yeah, I have no idea what it's going to sound like yet. We'll see. Maybe it'll be like a crazy heavy metal album. Who knows?
Really?
I'm joking. No, not at all.
Well, you definitely have a lot of fans here in the Philippines. I know they're super excited to see you for your shows here.
I'm really excited. Yeah.
Would you have a message for them?
Oh, yeah, I would say that it's so surreal that there are people all the way in the Philippines that like care about my music. Like I'm basically like I'm a little girl from a little town in the UK. So yeah, I just say thank you so much and I love you all and I can't wait to sing these songs together and I'm so grateful that you're following my journey and please stick around. Yeah.
We're excited to hear and see more from you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being on the show today.
Appreciate it. Thank
This
you.
has been Billboard Philippines Volumes with Griff.
Thanks for having me.
Billboard Philippines.